While hiking, this person saw something so bizarre that it could have come straight out of a horror movie. Right in the middle of a peaceful cycle lane in Denmark was a dead shark. No water in sight, no ocean nearby, just cold pavement and a predator from the deep lying there like it was dropped from the sky. Locals are baffled, and there's no explanation yet. No trail, no blood, no drag marks, nothing. So the question is, who or what left the shark there? Was it a twisted prank, a message, or something far more chilling? While walking a familiar trail in their hometown, a Reddit user stumbled upon a strange patch of scorched grass. At first, it didn't raise alarms. Arson wasn't exactly rare in the area. But something was off. The burnt patch revealed a hidden path leading deep into the woods. Driven by curiosity, they followed it. And what they discovered was chilling. At the end of the trail lay a collection of animal bones, deliberately arranged, with a red wine-scented liquid poured over them. It looked like some kind of ritual, maybe witchcraft. But what did it mean? Still a mystery. Before we jump into the next encounter, I just want to take a moment to thank and congratulate all of you. We're almost at 10,000 subscribers. We are working harder than ever to bring you the scariest and most entertaining hiking encounters out there. Our goal? To take this channel to the top, and nothing's gonna stop us. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and enjoy the rest of the show. When we hit 10,000, a few lucky subscribers will get a surprise. Just make sure you're subscribed and have liked the video. Want a better chance to win? Drop a comment with your thoughts on the clips. Now let's dive back into the video. In January 2013, someone reviewing their trail cam footage stumbled upon something downright chilling. The camera had picked up a figure that looked eerily like an extraterrestrial being, though others argue it might have been a ghost or some kind of unknown creature. Sure, it could have been a weirdly shaped bush or a regular animal caught at a strange angle, but the way it moved and how it seemed to stare straight into the camera was anything but normal. During a road trip through the remote highways of Oregon, a couple found themselves in the middle of a chilling mystery. As they cruised along an empty stretch surrounded by nothing but endless wilderness, the girlfriend casually snapped a few photos with her Canon camera, capturing the stillness of the landscape. But when they flipped through the shots moments later, one image froze them in disbelief. In the middle of the frame stood a faint, ghostly figure, a woman in a flowing dress. The eerie part? They were completely alone when the photo was taken, or so they thought. Just outside Niagara Falls, there's a chilling spot shrouded in legend, the infamous Screaming Tunnel. According to local lore, a furious father once ended his own daughter's life inside the tunnel. In the chaos, he spilled oil and accidentally set himself ablaze, dying in the very place he committed the unthinkable. Since then, it's said no flame can stay lit within the tunnel's walls. One group of friends set out to test the legend for themselves. But the moment one of them struck a match, nothing.
The spot where she supposedly died. So we're about to try to light a match.
I'm pumped, dude.
I'm terrified I have to poop.
Ready? Hold on.
That didn't work.
It's not even lighting.
Yeah, I think you killed that one.
Pause it.
Oh my god.
Light my finger on fire.
Ooh. It went right out,
Right,
just like they
turn
said.
This way.
Okay.
Here, I'll block the breeze.
Oh, it went out again.
Freaking A,
This is like we're going through this box, dude. Right out. Every time?
Have we tried doing it not in the tunnel?
Try it again.
For control?
Listen. All right. Now,
Strike after strike, the flame kept dying instantly. They were burning through an entire box with no luck. But the moment they stepped outside, the flame lit perfectly.
now, supposedly up this way to the top of the hill is where her house was.
These matches suck.
That's what you get when you don't favor them.
Outside the tunnel, the match stays lit up.
Where there's a-
Right up there. That's where her house used to be.
How are you sure?
Because that's what it said on. Yeah. That's what the thing said.
Why won't fire survive inside the tunnel? Is it just a coincidence? Or is something or someone snuffing it out? What do you think is behind this eerie phenomenon? Kay was filming her daughter running joyfully toward a patch of flowers when something bizarre happened, almost like a scene from a sci-fi movie. As her daughter sprinted ahead, she suddenly stopped, like she'd slammed into thin air. You can see the ripple, like the air itself bent, and there's this strange humming sound, almost like a force field. But here's what throws people off. Kay just kept filming. She didn't rush over. No panic, no shouting, just silence. So what was that invisible wall? And why didn't Kay react right away? While exploring the breathtaking grounds of Portugal's Pina Palace, one tourist captured something truly unsettling on video. Deep within the lush forest surrounding the palace, a large, shadowy figure slipped silently between the trees.
Spooky up here.
Some witnesses claim it looked like a gorilla. Others insist it had the sleek form of a panther or jaguar. But here's the thing, none of those animals belong anywhere near Portugal's wilderness. Was it an escaped exotic pet? Or could it be something far more mysterious? Local legends speak of a ghostly nun who haunts these very grounds, a sorrowful spirit said to have met a tragic end centuries ago. So what exactly did that tourist capture on camera? A wild animal? A restless spirit? Or something even darker? The truth remains unknown. This eerie footage was posted online with the chilling caption, "My dad caught this on his trail camera at a cabin in Wisconsin. Ghosts." The image shows a group of white-gowned figures standing eerily still in the woods. But the real kicker? Zoom in, and one of them appears to be missing its head. Some believe this could be evidence of a cult, but considering the isolated location and the fact that it was only captured in a single frame, it's hard to believe these were actual people. On May 3rd, 2022, a TikTok creator known for posting beauty content suddenly switched gears, and what she shared left viewers spooked.
I'm like fucking scared. There is no one standing there, but there's a silhouette, like a shadow of a person. Yeah.
There was no one there, yet a clear silhouette of a person stood on the pavement. No trees, no poles, no light source, nothing that could explain the eerie figure. Stranger still, when she returned the next day, the shadow had vanished. She ruled out paint, swore it wasn't edited. So what was it? A glitch in reality? A ghost? Or something else entirely? A person was walking alone one quiet night when something shifted. The air felt heavier, like eyes were crawling over their back. They stopped and glanced up, and froze. Two glowing eyes stared down from the trees. At first, they assumed it was an animal, maybe an owl, maybe a raccoon. But as their eyes adjusted, their heart dropped. It wasn't an animal. It had a pale, human-like face. Still, expressionless, just watching. Whatever it was didn't belong in those woods. Some say it was a skinwalker, others say it was something even worse. The truth? No one knows. Would you keep walking? A few months ago, a woman was jolted awake by a motion alert from her backyard camera. Groggy and half asleep, she opened the footage, expecting maybe a raccoon or a stray cat. But what did she see? It was anything but normal.
Por volta de 10h35, lá no finalzinho da noite já, o horário que aparece na câmera tá 1 hora atrasado, né? Porque a gente não tinha configurado a hora dela. Mas esse 10h35 que aparece aí é o horário do telefone, exatamente na hora que eu tava gravando a tela do celular, porque tava acontecendo isso. Observem que a luz ela se junta, se separa, acontecendo.
On the screen was a glowing white figure. It didn't quite look human, but it moved like one. The way it glided across the yard felt wrong, unnatural. There was no clear shape, no face, no logic to it. Just eerie, silent motion. To this day, there's no explanation. So what exactly did she capture on camera that night? While scaling the legendary Grand Wall in Squamish, BC, something terrifying unfolded. In the middle of setting up his gear, he made one critical mistake. He missed securing a vital anchor point. In the blink of an eye, he slipped and plunged nearly 60 feet in a sheer, heart-pounding freefall.
Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Oh, no. Woo!
But just before disaster struck, his emergency rope kicked in, snapping tight and saving him from what could have been a fatal fall. A split-second error nearly cost him everything. This person was out exploring the woods behind a friend's place in Valparaiso, Indiana, hoping to snap some photos of a plant called Jack in the pulpit. But just as they were lining up the perfect shot, they heard something, a strange, unexplainable noise. Instinctively, they clicked the shutter and rushed back. At first, the photo looked normal, but later, when they zoomed in, their heart dropped. Hidden in the shadows was a figure, something, or someone staring directly at them from the trees. Now, they're stuck sleeping in the garage, right next to those same woods. And the question still haunts them. Who or what was watching? A backpacker was enjoying a peaceful solo hike through the forest when something caught their eye.
Tell me you see that. Do you see that in the tree? What? Yeah. Uh-huh. He sees it. Oh, God. We're going. He also sees a bird. What? No. Look it.
At first, it looked like an ordinary tree, but as they moved around it, strange shapes began to reveal themselves. Some thought it was just a trick of the light or a weird natural formation, but others weren't so sure. There was something off about that tree, something eerie enough to send a chill down their spine. Not taking any chances, the hiker uploaded the footage online, hoping someone could explain what they saw. So, what do you think? Just nature being weird, or something more? While hiking late at night, this person decided to explore an abandoned house tucked deep in the woods. What started as a harmless thrill turned into something unexplainable. In a couple of the photos they took, two eerie, misty apparitions appeared. Figures that weren't there in person. No footsteps, no breathing. Just mist. What was that? Could it have been spirits lingering in the ruins? Or something far darker, watching this person from the shadows? In July 2008, a young boy was filming in the Rocky Mountains when he captured something strange hovering in the sky. What he filmed was no ordinary sight. A dark ring floated silently above the mountains, completely still, then slowly drifted away. There were no planes nearby, no wildfires, nothing that could explain a perfect smoke ring just hanging in the air like that. When the footage spread online, people were baffled. Theories exploded. Was it a portal? A wormhole? Something not from here? To this day, no one can say what the boy saw, and some still wonder, was it real, or was it all just a clever edit? While venturing deep into the woods, a hiker climbed onto the roof of an abandoned building to capture the breathtaking view. But as they scanned the landscape, something strange caught their eye. A tall, thin, gray figure weaving through the trees. Heart-pounding, they zoomed in, only to realize it resembled neither a human nor any animal they had ever seen. A chill ran down their spine, an unshakable sense of dread settling in. For the rest of the day, the eerie encounter haunted their thoughts, leaving them questioning what they had just witnessed. A man who lives near the Appalachian Mountains often hikes the trails alone, and has never experienced anything out of the ordinary until one chilling trip changed that. While exploring the woods like he always does, he suddenly heard a scream unlike anything he'd ever encountered. It could have been wildlife, but something about it felt off, unnatural even. Was this his first real brush with the unsettling mysteries of the Appalachian wilderness? This guy spotted something weird moving in the ocean, a long, dark shape silently gliding just below the surface. At first, he figured it was just a piece of driftwood, until it started to rise. That's when he saw it. A smooth, snake-like body, moving with eerie precision. Some viewers brushed it off as floating debris, but the way it swayed through the water, it looked alive. The footage might be grainy and far off, but one thing's clear: something big was creeping just offshore. A group of friends had rented a remote cabin deep in the Appalachian Mountains for a peaceful weekend getaway. Surrounded by endless, shadowy woods, the spot felt like a perfect escape. One night, as they soaked in the hot tub beneath a glowing moon, a low, thunderous sound echoed from somewhere deep in the forest.
Yeah, that was a car. Shit. Who's the aliens, bro? I think it's a train.
Es que porque suena así a la verga.
But that shit's scary. Okay, do you guys want to go inside?
No. Es que dicen que no va a pasar nada, pero...
But the music and laughter quickly faded into nervous silence. Something about that sound wasn't right. Unbeknownst to them, the Appalachian woods have a long, chilling history. Mysterious vanishings, strange figures spotted between the trees, stories that locals don't like to tell after dark. Thankfully, the group left the hot tub and returned inside without incident. But that night, it still haunts their memories. While hiking a remote stretch of the Appalachian Trail in North Carolina, a lone hiker reached the summit expecting sweeping views, but stumbled upon something far more chilling. Hidden among the trees, they discovered an old, forgotten graveyard. Weathered headstones jutted from the earth, with no signs, no fences, and no trace of it on any map. The hiker searched for answers but found nothing. No names, no history, no explanation. The eerie silence and cold mountain air clung to them, leaving behind a mystery and a memory they'd never shake. Lewis, Clark, and their friends thought exploring an old, abandoned train hidden deep within the forest would be fun. Most of the train cars were empty, silent, and eerie, but nothing too unusual. That is, until they reached the caboose. Inside, the air felt heavier. The sheets covering the benches were stained with dark red spots. Something large, something unnaturally heavy, was hidden beneath one of them.
The carriage will come, let's go. What is that? What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Just go, just get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, we need to get out.
Fucking go.
Fuck that shit. Go. Come on.
Fuck! Ugh. There's mud everywhere, Ant. Wait, is that a body? We need to call the police, mate. Oh my god, this has happened before, but this has happened. Ow, I hit my fucking head. Fuck! Mate. I'm fucking wrong, mate.
No one dared to lift the sheet. They bolted, even leaping over another blood-stained cover on their way out, hearts pounding. To this day, no one knows what was under those sheets. Some say it was a body, others think it was something even worse. But one thing's certain, Lewis and his friends never went back, and they never will. Less than half a mile into a 2021 section hike on the Appalachian Trail, this hiker suddenly heard something strange, eerie sounds echoing through the trees. Every hair on their body stood up. The trail was completely empty, yet the noise grew louder, closer, like something huge was creeping just out of sight in the woods. Turns out, it was just cows. So no, not everything in the wilderness is something sinister, but still, stay alert. You never know what's waiting just off the path. Sydney, a solo traveler, returned to one of the very first campsites she'd ever visited, tucked deep within the Appalachian wilderness. When she arrived, the forest was eerily silent, not a soul in sight. She pitched her tent and started cooking a simple meal, rice and chicken sizzling over the fire. That's when she heard it.
Is that?
A strange, unplaceable sound echoed through the trees. It didn't quite feel natural. Still, Sydney brushed it off and stayed the night. Luckily, nothing happened, or so she thought. To this day, the clip remains a complete mystery. In 2011, a family vacationing in Tennessee's Smoky Mountains captured something eerie on camera.
What's he doing?
While filming the scenic view, the man behind the camera noticed a sudden movement in the background. A moment later, it appeared again, this time partially hidden behind thick bushes. The family was convinced they had just seen Bigfoot, and given how steep and unforgiving the terrain is, especially around Klingman's Dome, it would be nearly impossible for someone to stage a hoax in a costume. Strangest of all, sightings like this aren't exactly uncommon in these mountains. While walking along a quiet trail, a Reddit user stumbled upon something truly disturbing. Pinned to a tree was a severed tongue. Some believed it was real, possibly belonging to a cow or deer, while others speculated it could be part of a sinister ritual or even a chilling warning. But who would do such a thing, and why? What could be the real story behind this eerie discovery? While camping deep in the woods, a family snapped what they thought was a sweet photo of their 3 children playing in a tree. At first glance, everything looked perfectly normal, just a joyful moment frozen in time. But when they looked closer, later that evening, their hearts sank. Standing just behind their youngest son was a 4th child. The eerie part. The family swears no one else was around. They were miles from anyone, in a secluded part of the forest. So, who or what was in that photo? Could it have been a ghost? One night off the coast of Scapello, Sicily, something eerie was captured on camera. A glowing figure drifted through the dark waters at first, and it looked like a diver with a headlamp. But as it came closer, the illusion fell apart. Its shape was all wrong. Long, serpent-like, a visible spine running down its back, and the way it moved? Not human, not even close. Was it just a trick of the light? A diver caught at a strange angle? Or did this fisherman stumble upon something far more mysterious lurking beneath the surface? It was around 2 a.m. during a peaceful late-night fishing trip when this person, sitting alone by a still, quiet lake, decided to snap a quick photo just to capture the moment. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. The night was calm, silent, exactly what you'd expect at that hour. But when they checked the photo later, there it was. A dark, shadowy figure standing in the distance. They swear no one else was there. So the question is who, or what, was lurking by the lake that night. As he drove down an old abandoned road toward his campsite, a chill ran down his spine. Up ahead, something eerie caught his eye. A shadowy figure in a flowing white dress crossing the road. His heart pounded as he slammed the brakes. Who or what was that? Curiosity got the best of him. Stepping out of his car into the pitch-black night, he scanned the surroundings. But there was nothing. Just silence and darkness. If it were a person, why were they wandering alone in the middle of the forest at this hour? And if it wasn't, then what had he just seen? While trekking through the woods, a group of adventurers stumbled upon an abandoned GoPro, its owner nowhere in sight. Intrigued, they played back the footage only to be shaken by what they uncovered. The final moments showed a group of unknown explorers, their expressions shifting from excitement to pure terror. In the background, a shadowy, unnerving figure loomed, watching them. Then, without warning, the footage cut to black. Despite efforts to identify the people in the video, their identities remain a mystery. Were they just lost tourists? Or does this eerie recording capture the final moments of a group that was never meant to be found? A Reddit user recently shared a photo from a peaceful trip to a forest in Chattanooga, Tennessee, where they were trying to capture a playful shot of a tree. However, upon zooming in, something strange caught their eye. A mysterious gray figure appeared to be standing at the edge of a fence. Some commenters speculated that the figure resembled a woman in Victorian-era clothing, possibly a nurse or housemaid. Given the area's rich Civil War history, could this be the spirit of a Civil War nurse still lingering in the woods? The eerie discovery has sparked some fascinating theories. It was a quiet evening as the YouTuber settled in for a solo camping trip deep in the forest. As night crept in, he curled up in his tent, ready to get some rest. But then, something stirred him awake. Torn between fear and curiosity, he gathered the courage to step outside and investigate.
He went away, though. I don't know, I feel like I kind of want to go out and check, but I'm kind of scared too. I think we're going to go out and check. I might just walk around and look at the area. Look at this, guys. I can't even see a thing on camera. It's so dark. Let me see if my phone flashlight's better. I think it's a little better. There we go. Yeah, that's definitely better. I'm just gonna use my phone flashlight.
But when he looked around, everything seemed normal, until he spotted something strange. Just as he started to feel calm again, snuggling back into his sleeping bag, a sudden noise shattered the silence.
Wait, guys, what is this? There's some sort of marking on the tree. It's kind of creepy. I wonder what that's for. Alright, well, now that I know that there's nothing out there, I'm gonna try to go back to bed. Hello?
If you listen closely, you could hear the unmistakable sound of footsteps, this time circling his tent. Terrified and confused, unable to figure out what was out there, he made a snap decision. In the middle of the night, with fear and adrenaline coursing through him, he packed up and bolted, abandoning his campsite without a second thought. A few years back, a family took a trip to Jeffrey's Cliffs in Hawkville, Kentucky. It was supposed to be a peaceful day of hiking and snapping photos of the kids, but one picture revealed something far from ordinary. In the background, a blurry, shadowy figure loomed just behind the group. The unsettling part? According to the mom, no one else was anywhere near them when the photo was taken. Deep in a remote California forest, a lone explorer navigates the darkness with only a flashlight. As the beam cuts through the eerie silence, he suddenly stops. The camera captures his hushed, anxious whispers.
You think that was a coyote? What do you think that was? What was it? Do you see it where?
Whoa.
Holy crap!
What is that?
Holy.
In the distance, a strange figure moves. Towering and eerily human-like in its gait, its skin shimmers with a reptilian texture, covering its head, arms, and body. The dim light and grainy footage make it impossible to identify. A trick of the shadows? Someone in a suit? But if so, why would anyone be out here, in the middle of nowhere, dressed like that? While camping in the depths of Ottawa National Forest, a group of adventurers experienced a chilling encounter. Strange movements flickered through the shadows, and a mysterious figure lurked among the trees. At the time, they brushed it off as a passing animal, unable to make out its form in the darkness. But when they reviewed their footage later, their hearts pounded. What they captured on camera wasn't just an animal, it was something far more unsettling. One night, a man was driving down a pitch-black road when out of nowhere, chaos erupted. A gang of men wielding machetes burst onto the scene, charging straight at his car. Heart racing, he slammed the gear into reverse and tore backward into the darkness. The machete wielders gave chase, but after a terrifying few seconds, he managed to shake them off, barely escaping with his life. A man was enjoying a quiet run along a remote trail in eastern British Columbia when his peaceful jog took a terrifying turn out of nowhere.
Holy shit!
A massive grizzly bear burst onto the path. Without a second thought, the runner bolted, adrenaline kicking in as he sprinted for his life. For a few heart-pounding seconds, the bear gave chase. One wrong step, one slip, and it could have been the end. But luck and sheer endurance carried him to safety. While trekking through the desolate desert of southern New Mexico, a Reddit user came across something deeply disturbing. Half buried in the sand was a single woman's shoe, torn and shredded like it had been chewed by something not quite natural. There were no other belongings, no footprints, no tracks leading in or out, just that one mangled shoe sitting eerily alone in the middle of nowhere. It's almost impossible to believe someone simply lost it and didn't notice, especially out there, where isolation feels almost otherworldly. So now the question lingers like a whisper on the wind. What really happened to the woman who wore it? And more chillingly, is she even still human? On May 18th, 2024, what started as a calm, tethered hot air balloon ride turned into a heart-stopping moment.
Don't as long as she doesn't let go.
That would be bad.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh, her feet.
As the balloon began to rise, a woman suddenly latched onto the outside of the basket, completely unnoticed by the passengers and crew. Dangling high above the ground with nothing but her grip keeping her alive, she held on for dear life. Thankfully, she managed to cling to the basket until the balloon touched down again. But for a few terrifying minutes, everyone watching thought they were about to witness a tragedy. It was a shocking reminder, even a safe adventure can go wrong in an instant. While camping deep in the woods, this man made a discovery that would haunt anyone. An eerie mask, half buried in the mud, staring up at him with a twisted, unsettling design. There were no clues to who it belonged to or why it was there, but the moment he laid eyes on it, he felt a chill run down his spine. Was it just a discarded costume piece, or a silent witness to something far more sinister? A climber recently posted a jaw-dropping video that delivers a powerful safety reminder.
Alrighty, boys. This is why you tie knots in the end of your rope, or else you might just wrap off the end. Yeah, baby! Yeah! This is nutty! Look at that view!
Alrighty boys, this is why you always tie a knot at the end of your rope, just seconds before slipping right off the end. No knot, no warning, and a sudden drop that'll make your stomach flip. The footage is a gripping wake-up call. No matter how experienced you are, skipping even one basic safety step, like tying a stopper knot, can turn a routine rappel into a life-threatening fall. Climbing isn't just about strength or skill. It's about respecting the process. Most climbing accidents happen during rappelling, and this is exactly why. One night, as someone wandered outside, they spotted something truly bizarre. A bicycle riding itself, not rolling downhill, not pushed by the wind. This thing was pedaling forward, on its own. No rider, no strings, no tricks, just a bike, moving like it had a mind of its own. So if no one was on it, what was? After a heated argument at home, Talia decided to escape into the woods for a peaceful glamping trip with her loyal Dalmatian. Everything seemed perfect until the clock struck 11 p.m. That's when she heard it.
Yeah, because what is that? Let's go inside. Let's go inside. It sounds super far away, but like... Nah, what is that? Yo, come on. Come on, yo. You can't decide so fast. Yeah, I don't know what that was, but we...
At first, she thought her dog was acting up just to get her attention. But then, that sound. A blood-curdling scream tore through the forest, sending chills down her spine. Terrified, Talia and her dog rushed inside and stayed up the rest of the night, too scared to sleep. By morning, they packed up and left, vowing never to return. But the strange part? This wasn't the first haunting reported at that very site. This video was filmed deep in the Appalachian Mountains, a place shrouded in mystery and known for one eerie phenomenon, a faint whisper of the word "hey" that many claim to hear. For years, people brushed it off as a hoax or clever marketing, until Allie captured something chilling on camera. The view was amazing, worth the effort. But while recording nature for her Snapchat, something unexpected happened. A whisper, clear and unsettling, cut through the silence. Hey, was it just the wind? Or was something or someone watching from the trees? A couple who had been living peacefully off the grid started noticing something strange on their property one day. From a distance, it looked like a man wrapped in a blue tarp, but something about it was wrong. The way it moved was eerie, unnatural, almost inhuman. But here's where it gets truly disturbing. When they returned to the spot later, it was like nothing had ever been there. No footprints, no snapped branches, no sign of disturbance, just the eerie footage they managed to capture. So who or what was that? And how did it end up in such an isolated place? While out walking their dog near a nuclear power plant, a Reddit user stumbled upon some bizarre, unidentifiable objects, and naturally, they shared the strange discovery online. To their surprise, other users chimed in with their own photos of the same mysterious items from the same area. The weirdest part? No one knows what they are or where they came from. In Brazil, a group of men were digging, likely prepping the land for farming, when something bizarre happened.
Mexe aqui, ó. Ó, quanto mais mexe, mais o fogo. Tem condição disso, cara? Você viu no meio do nada aqui, ó. No alto, ó. Ó. O fogo aí, mexe de novo, quer dizer que na brincadeira, nossa. Aqui na frente aqui. Ó. Lógico que não tem desse, cara. Ó. Mexe mais aqui no meio aqui, quer dizer? Na frente lá.
As they dug deeper, actual flames began erupting from the ground. Not steam, not smoke, real fire. And it didn't stop, it grew stronger the more they dug. Some believe it was a pocket of natural gas, like methane, finally escaping and igniting from the pressure or a spark. But not everyone buys that explanation. In spiritual circles, there are whispers that it could be something far more mysterious, perhaps a sacred site disturbed or cursed ground awakened by mistake. Whatever the truth is, fire bursting from the earth isn't just strange, it feels like a warning. On October 3rd, 2019, a group of hunters were deep in the forests of Ontario when an unexpected sound stopped them in their tracks.
Oh my God.
Out of the silence came a bone-chilling scream, deep, guttural, and filled with what sounded like raw agony. Oh my God. The hunters froze, eyes darting through the trees, straining to see what creature could make such a noise. But whatever it was, stayed hidden. The haunting wail echoed through the forest for minutes, unrelenting, eerie, and unlike anything they'd ever heard. Some claim it had to be an animal, but no one could agree on what kind. To this day, no one knows what was out there or what cried out in the dark that night. On July 16, 2006, two brothers set out for a hike in the dense forests of Tofino, leaving their family behind at a nearby campground. Aware of the area's reputation for wildlife encounters, they brought along a video camera just in case. As they ventured deeper into the woods, a large, dark figure suddenly appeared in the distance.
Maybe. Oh, God. Wait, come here, come here. Come here. Look at that. This is. He ran backwards, right? Over there somewhere. See, that could be a possible footprint. I don't know. Could be.
Wait, stay back!
For several tense seconds, they watched. Then, as one brother stepped forward for a closer look, the other yanked him back. Alarmed, they retreated about 50 meters. After waiting in silence, curiosity got the better of them, and they cautiously returned to the spot. Standing in the shadow of a towering tree, they tried to make sense of what they had seen. The creature, an estimated 7 feet tall, slightly hunched, had locked eyes with them before vanishing into the wilderness. What did they see that day? A misidentified animal or something more? Over the years, strange sightings have been reported around Chernobyl, the site of one of the world's worst nuclear disasters and now a haunting radioactive wasteland. Recently, a chilling video surfaced online, allegedly filmed in the area. In it, a bizarre creature crawls across the ground with a jerky, unnatural movement. Its body is patchy with matted brown fur, but large areas appear hairless and raw, like something's seriously wrong. Some viewers believe it's just a starving wolf or a mangy stray dog, but others think it might be something far more disturbing, something twisted by radiation, a mutation that nature never intended. What do you think it is? While making their way back to a secluded cabin deep in the woods, surrounded by gates and miles from the nearest neighbor, something chilling stopped them in their tracks. Just ahead, a figure suddenly sprinted away from the cabin, vanishing into the trees. At first, the stranger seemed to think they'd gone unnoticed, crouching behind a bush like a predator in hiding. But when they saw they were still being watched, they took off again, this time running even faster, without glancing back. No words were exchanged. No reason was given. Just a silent, unnerving encounter that left behind more questions than answers. Someone had trespassed, and whatever they were doing there, it wasn't normal. A Redditor by the name of Burton Boy uploaded a spine-tingling clip to the Chills Narrator subreddit. He claimed to have captured an eerie sound deep in the woods, something that didn't match any known animal. The mysterious video quickly ignited a firestorm of speculation in the comments. Some swore it sounded like a werewolf, while others were left completely baffled. To this day, no one has been able to explain what Burton Boy recorded. Two friends set out to explore an abandoned convent about an hour from town. The place was creepy, but perfect for a viral TikTok dance, so they hit record. As the girl danced, the guy behind the camera suddenly froze. Just over her shoulder, something didn't feel right. They inched closer, and that's when they saw it.
What the fuck? Andy, stop.
I'm so...
Oh my god. Stop. Hold him. What the fuck is that? Holy shit. Oh my god.
A group of people standing in a tight circle, heads bowed, silently performing what looked like a ritual. Shaken to the core, the friends fled. The video cuts off, with no answers, only questions. Not long ago, a man camping in a Texas state park woke up to a strange surprise. After a night of heavy rain, he unzipped his tent and noticed something bizarre.
Hey, we're camping in this beautiful state park in Texas, and it's been raining, and the water that's coming out of the sky is blue. And it's not this tarp, because it's happening on this tarp too. Look at that. This is crazy. Are they chemtrailing us?
The rainwater around him was blue. What he witnessed wasn't an isolated incident. Similar reports have been popping up across Texas and California, with blue rain falling from the sky, with no clear explanation. Some blame cloud seeding or weather manipulation, suggesting that chemicals sprayed into the atmosphere are altering natural weather patterns. Others point to more secretive possibilities, such as government experiments or geoengineering gone awry. On the scientific side, Experts have floated natural causes like blue-green algae, bacteria, or dust and pollution particles being lifted into the atmosphere and returned in the rain. While discolored rain is rare, it's not entirely unheard of. Still, despite all the theories, no one knows for sure why it happened. And so, the eerie mystery of the blue rain continues to baffle both locals and scientists alike. While hiking roughly 3 miles off the main trail in a dense wooded area near Austin, Texas, a Reddit user came across something deeply unsettling: a hidden gravesite, or perhaps a memorial. There were fresh flowers, a photograph, and personal mementos, all deliberately arranged with care. The scene felt intimate, somber, and undeniably heavy. Was this the place where someone ended their life, or a secret sanctuary built to honor a loved one in a spot that once held meaning? On December 14, 2019, deep in the Plumas foothills of Northern California, this person captured something chilling. The recording was made on this person's great-grandfather's 5,000-acre cattle ranch, a vast stretch of land sitting right between rugged foothills and a quiet valley. Now, this person has always been fascinated with Bigfoot. With so much untouched wilderness out here, this person often wondered if something or some things were lurking in those hills. That night, this person caught a strange sound echoing across the valley. It's hard to hear clearly, and this person admits the final roar you'll hear is just a cow down by the creek. But the other sound, the one that comes before, it didn't sound like a cow, or anything else this person has heard before. Some say it could be an owl. Others think it's something much more mysterious. So here's the question: who or what was making that sound out there in the darkness? A wildlife photographer in Australia recently stumbled upon a spine-chilling sight that turned an ordinary day into a nightmare-fueled moment. What seemed like an innocent patch of grass clinging to a tree took a terrifying twist. With just a gentle poke from a stick, the grass suddenly burst into a frenzy of motion, thousands of spiders erupting and scattering in every direction. As horrifying as it looked, these spiders weren't dangerous. They weren't venomous or aggressive, just taking a cozy group nap in tight hibernation. Still, when a clump of grass turns into a swarm of skittering legs, that's the kind of surprise you don't forget. This image was captured by this person on a trail camera deep in the woods of northern Indiana, nearly 20 years ago. At first glance, it looks like nothing, but then this person noticed something eerie. A white, smoke-like mist silently drifts across the frame. No footsteps, no breeze, just movement. So the question is, who or what was floating there that night? Was this person witnessing something paranormal, or was it all a carefully staged hoax? You decide. Reddit user Alternative Pickle 3 caught something truly chilling on their cabin's security camera late one night around 11 p.m. In the bottom right corner of the screen, a shadowy figure suddenly appeared just outside the house. But here's where it gets downright eerie. The snow beneath where the figure stood was completely untouched. No footprints, no signs of movement. Then, just as the camera's night vision kicked in, the figure vanished without a trace. This person and a group of friends went looking for a scare, but what they found was something they'll never forget. Deep in the Appalachian woods near Middlesboro, Kentucky, there's a trail with a dark past. In the 1990s, an unsolved murder took place there. The killer was never officially caught, but locals all seem to know who did it. Still, the case remains open, and the area is infamous for its heavy, unsettling energy. So one night, just for fun, this person and their friends decided to visit the site like teens do when they're chasing a thrill. But what started as a creepy adventure quickly turned into something else. The group began to feel like they were being followed, not just watched but stalked. This person spun around and snapped a photo behind them. There was no one there, at least not that they could see. But when this person turned up the contrast on the photo later, that's when it got terrifying. A shape, a figure, something or someone was there. So who or what was standing on that trail that night? A living stalker? A remnant of the unsolved murder? Or something darker that never left the woods? One thing's for sure, this person wasn't alone out there. A Redditor once shared a chilling photo they'd taken years ago on a simple digital camera during a trip with friends. While clearing out the old memory card, they stumbled upon an image that immediately gave them chills. Something was lurking in the background. There were no mirrors, no windows, nothing that could have caused a reflection, yet something was there. The user mentioned the house they stayed in had a dark history, with a long string of unexplained events. This eerie photo might just be another piece of that unsettling puzzle. While hiking deep in the woods, a group of friends stumbled across something strange. At first it looked like nothing, just part of the forest floor. But then a door within a door.
Within a door! Pull it, pull it.
Scarier.
Pull it. Is that glass?
It's plexiglass. I fucking heard noises, dude.
Dude, fucking do it.
Ugh. Do you hear it echoing?
We have to do it now.
Holy shit.
Are you?
This is insane.
Oh.
There's a flashlight in my backpack. Go get the flashlight. It's in the top.
What the fuck?
It's a shitty flashlight, but oh, it doesn't make any difference. This is so deep.
Bro, but you can see it, like, there. Hold on.
There's a ladder.
They were staring at a hidden bunker, buried deep beneath the earth, untouched for decades. Cold, silent, forgotten. Whatever was in there probably needed to stay that way. On the evening of May 10th, around 8:30 p.m., a camper in Martinsville, Indiana, looked up and saw something bizarre drifting through the sky. Curious and a little unsettled, they snapped a photo and posted it to Reddit, and that's when things blew up. The object's silhouette was eerie, almost human-like, as if someone were just hanging mid-air. Theories flooded in. A rogue superhero balloon? Something not of this world? While the most reasonable guess is that it was simply a balloon. For a fleeting moment, it felt like the sky was hiding a mystery. And just like that, the ordinary turned chilling. A Reddit user snapped a photo late at night, not expecting anything unusual. But when they looked closer, just behind a house, something white caught their eye. It wasn't smoke. It wasn't a lens flare. It looked exactly like a person, or something shaped like one hidden in the shadows. The eerie part? No one saw it in real time. Only the camera did. He was just unloading groceries. Nothing unusual. Just a regular day. His back was turned to the security camera, and everything seemed perfectly normal. But when he later reviewed the footage, something chilling stood out. In a single frame, a mysterious figure appears right next to his car. He swears he was alone. No footsteps, no voices, nothing. And yet, the image tells a different story. The figure doesn't look menacing. but its sudden, unexplained presence is enough to raise eyebrows. Some are calling it paranormal. Others wonder if he's telling the full truth. Was he alone, or just looking for attention? Either way, the image is hard to ignore. While driving through a wide-open stretch of the Appalachian meadows, a hiker and his family found themselves in the middle of an eerie encounter. Out of nowhere, in the middle of the empty field, a woman suddenly appeared. She seemed panicked or unhinged.
I have kids in the car. You better go. I have kids in the car. You better go.
What?
Who is that? Who is that?
They're calling me a damn fucking kid!
No. Girl, Christina? I got you on video. You better get back.
Jeff's after you.
Jeff's right there. He ain't doing shit.
You're the one to say something about my damn son! And I got it all over recorder. Get the fuck!
Confused, the hiker tried to make sense of what was going on. The hiker, now filming for his safety, warned her, "I got you on video. You better step back." But she didn't stop. What exactly set her off remains a mystery. Was she having a breakdown? Was something or someone chasing her? Thankfully, after a tense few minutes, she calmed down, and the hiker and his family quietly drove away, shaken but unharmed. A woman named Joey was walking home alone around 3 a.m. after a night of clubbing. She was drunk, exhausted, and just trying to make it back safely. That's when she heard it.
I don't know if you can hear that, but there's like a banging. Oh no.
Footsteps. They were coming from behind a nearby fence. At first, Joey thought someone was following her, but suddenly, the sound was right next to her. Panic set in, and Joey sprinted the rest of the way home without looking back. So what was it? A spirit? A stalker? Or something? Not human? This person had a close friend who passed away just last week. But here's where things get unsettling. Earlier this morning, inside the very house their friend lived in, a house that's now empty and being gutted for renovations, a recording captured something deeply disturbing. With the sound turned up, you'll hear it clearly. A loud thud, followed by footsteps echoing through the silence. But here's the terrifying part. No one is living there. No workers were scheduled. No one was supposed to be inside. So the question is, who or what was making that sound? Was it just the house settling, or something this person's late friend left behind? Let us know what you think, because this person is still trying to make sense of it. While hiking, this person saw something bizarre tucked inside a tree stump, 4 miles deep along a stretch of the Appalachian Trail. At first glance, it looked unsettling, like a tiny shrine hidden in the woods. But then a commenter chimed in, explaining it wasn't creepy at all. It's a miniature nativity scene, something quite common in Italy during the Christmas season. They're called presepi, and the words "Happy Christmas" written on the side hint that this person may have stumbled upon a forgotten holiday decoration. But here's the real question. Who placed it there? And why in such a remote spot? Was it just an innocent festive gesture? Or is there something more mysterious going on in those woods? While hiking, this person stumbled upon something straight out of a nightmare. A perfectly intact staircase, standing alone in the middle of the woods. No walls, no ruins, just steps leading to absolutely nothing. No signs of a house, no trail markers, just silence and trees. It's as if the forest is hiding something. Who or what left this there? Some say it's a remnant of a long-lost building. Others swear it's something much darker. And the creepiest part? This person says they felt like they were being watched the moment they saw it. Coincidence or warning? While hiking with his dog Penny, this person heard something that made his blood run cold. Bone-chilling, unnatural sounds echoing through the trees. At first, he thought it might be an animal, but the noises didn't match anything he'd ever heard before. They were guttural, almost human, yet not quite. Suddenly, Penny froze, staring into the woods, tail down. That's when this person knew it was time to leave. But the question still lingers. Who or what left those sounds behind? Was it just wildlife, or something far more sinister, watching from the shadows? While driving in the woods, this woman had a terrifying encounter that they'll never forget.
What the fuck? Oh my god, no, fuck that.
Out of nowhere, a blood-curdling scream echoed through the trees, so loud, so unnatural, it froze them in place. At first they thought maybe it was just an animal, but the longer they listened, the more it sounded like something else, something wrong. The woman was completely alone, with no cell signal, no one around for miles, just the dark woods, and that scream. So, who or what was making that sound? Could it have been a wild animal, or was it something far more sinister lurking in the shadows? While hiking in the Appalachian Mountains, a man heard a disturbing sound that didn't match any known animal. Some believe it may have been a Wendigo, a mythical creature from Native American folklore known to mimic human cries to trap its prey. The mystery remains. What was out there in those woods? While hunting for mushrooms in the woods, this person heard something that made their blood run cold.
And this one looks like it has a bite out of it. And this one. And there's one over here. Looks like it's holding some water. Huh? I think it's time to go.
At first, it sounded like a human, someone in agony, crying out in pain. But the deeper this person listened, the more they realized it wasn't quite human. The tone was off, twisted, almost like it was mimicking a cry for help. Was someone out there in trouble? Or was this person being lured by something far more sinister, something that knew how to sound just human enough? Who or what was making that sound? While hiking through the dense Appalachian woods, when this hiker suddenly froze, his camera picked up something bone-chilling. At first, it sounded like a group of children screaming, but the more you listen, the more it twists your gut. The cries weren't normal. They echoed through the trees like something or someone was in pure agony. But there were no people around, no campsites, no trails nearby. So what exactly did this person capture out there in the forest? Was it a group in distress, or something far more sinister that knows how to mimic human suffering? A Redditor by the name of Burton Boy uploaded a spine-tingling clip to the Chills Narrator subreddit. He claimed to have captured an eerie sound deep in the woods, something that didn't match any known animal. The mysterious video quickly ignited a firestorm of speculation in the comments. Some swore it sounded like a werewolf, while others were left completely baffled. To this day, no one has been able to explain what Burton Boy recorded. This Reddit user claims that for the past 2 weeks, something chilling has been happening between 1 and 3 a.m. Almost like clockwork, this person hears a strange, blood-curdling scream echoing from deep within the woods surrounding their home. They've lived on the East Coast, in the heart of the forest, their entire life. Yet nothing they've ever heard compares to this eerie sound. It's not an animal they recognize, not a coyote, not a fox, not even close. So what was it? Some wild creature? A person in distress? Or was it something far more sinister? This Reddit user says they were staying in a tiny mountain village called Hatoji, tucked away in the remote hills of Okayama, Japan. Barely anyone lives there anymore, just a few scattered homes and endless eerie silence. But on their very first night, that silence was shattered. Just after sunset, a sound came from deep within the woods, not once, but in a pattern, a low, guttural roar followed by piercing screeches, echoing through the darkness. It would go silent, then start again, over and over, all night. At first, this Reddit user guessed it might be wild boars. Hatoji is known for them. But could boars make that much noise? And why would they scream into the night like that? Were they fighting, mating, warning, something, or someone? They were alone, in a ghost village, surrounded by forest. Every night, the sounds returned. Was it just animals, or was it something far more sinister? Eventually, this Reddit user managed to speak to a local, and the answer was shocking. It wasn't a monster, it wasn't a yokai, it was the Japanese Sika deer. Cute, right? But somehow, this adorable creature is capable of unleashing a noise that sounds straight out of a horror film. So, was it just a deer all along, or could there be something else out there, screaming in the dark? This group of men was hiking deep in the woods when something made them stop dead in their tracks.
I think he'll pick up that sound. Yeah.
Man. A strange sound echoed through the trees. Not a bird, not a coyote, not anything they could recognize. It was haunting. Almost human. That's when things got eerie. While hiking roughly 3 miles off the main trail in a dense wooded area near Austin, Texas, a Reddit user came across something deeply unsettling, a hidden grave site, or perhaps a memorial. There were fresh flowers, a photograph, and personal mementos, all deliberately arranged with care. The scene felt intimate, somber, and undeniably heavy. Was this the place where someone ended their life, or a secret sanctuary built to honor a loved one in a spot that once held meaning? One night, a man was driving down a pitch-black road when out of nowhere, chaos erupted. A gang of men wielding machetes burst onto the scene, charging straight at his car. Heart racing, he slammed the gear into reverse and tore backward into the darkness. The machete wielders gave chase, but after a terrifying few seconds, he managed to shake them off, barely escaping with his life. While hiking with his dog on the Witchah Mountains, this person suddenly stopped in his tracks.
I don't know if y'all can hear it, but listen.
In the distance, a chilling sound echoed through the trees, something that didn't sound like any animal. His dog, Bruno, immediately perked up, ears twitching, clearly disturbed. This person laughed nervously, trying to shake it off, but the tension was real. Bruno was like, "You hear that, Bubba? What's that noise?" he said, panning the camera across the eerily still woods. But what exactly was that sound? It didn't resemble a coyote, a deer, or any typical forest creature. It sounded more like a girl screaming for help. Or was it something far more sinister? Was this person being lured in by something pretending to be human? Or did he just capture evidence of something unnatural lurking in the Witchah Mountains? Let us know. Who or what do you think was making that sound? If you liked that video, make sure to check out the Dare to Watch YouTube channel, where we have tons of videos just like this. And if you want to see our latest scary hiking encounters, make sure to click subscribe so you'll get notifications.